as sly as a fox, as strong as an ox, as fast as a hare, as brave as a bear, as free as a bird, as neat as a word, as quiet as a mouse, as big as a house.
Nike is an American multinational corporation that is the world's leading supplier of athletic shoes and apparel and is a major manufacturer of sports equipment. As of 2012, it employed more than 44,000 people worldwide, and the brand alone is valued at $11 billion, making it the most valuable brand among sports businesses. But behind this logo, there's a lot more. So what is actually the problem? More than a decade ago, shoe giant Nike came on a great fire for its use of sweatshops' labor in the production of its products. Most of the criticism focused on its Indonesian workforce, where workers, largely young women, are forced to labor under harsh conditions and abusive supervisors. With only $1.25 a day for working 14 hours, there's not enough money left to buy food after you have paid for your rent, water and electricity. This causes Nike factory workers to live together in a 9x9 cement box with no furniture or any air conditioning. They will have to sleep on a very thin mat on an uneven cement floor and have to share a bathroom with 5 to 10 other families. The workers have to share living quarters with 10 rooms in a row, a laundry corner, their kitchen facilities, and they will have to share the same well to take the water out of. The streets outside the workers' houses are lined by open sewers, which means that in a rainy season they will have all those feces just float up in the streets and in their houses. If they have been to the toilet, it comes back out into the sewer, resulting in an overwhelming smell. Around the workers' houses, huge amounts of scrap shoe rubber that come from Nike's factories are being dumped and burned in big open places where kids play. The burning fuels that come from companies that design Nike shoe rubber will give up toxics, which is very bad for the health. And therefore, children are paying the price and are the ones who will get chest infections and will develop cancer. Nike factories are strictly secured in order to keep out invaders and work together with the local mafia to restrain the workers. Workers are being kicked by supervisors for asking a question, subjected to nasty language from the management, and are fired immediately when taking sick leave. The Nike factory workers are just powerless, and their only choice is to stay and suffer or speak out and be fired. We can literally say this is a life and death issue. Nike admits the abuse from contractors, which includes hitting workers in the face and calling them pigs and dogs, but says there's little they can do to stop it. The founder of Nike, Phil Knight, explained that the reason his company is using low-wage labor in Indonesia is because Americans simply don't want to make shoes.
I mean, basically, you've got, an underdeveloped country with a repressive regime, and the way they pull themselves out of this thing is by having, I think trade helps.
That's a separate discussion from an American company going into Indonesia and working with a regime that killed 200,000 people. That's almost a form of genocide. I know that's got to bother you. I don't know you personally, but I know you have a conscience.
Well, I certainly wouldn't approve of any of that sort of thing. But basically, I mean, how many people were killed in the Cultural Revolution?
How much is enough? You know, how much is enough? If you are a billionaire, would it be okay just to be a half a billionaire? Wouldn't it be okay for your company to make a little less money if it meant providing some jobs here in this country?
No, but I mean,
Now just think about this.
No, I've thought about it a lot, and I give you the answer that basically what drives me is not money. I'm not in this for money anymore.
I wouldn't think
got
so.
enough money. And basically what I want to do before I go to that great shoe factory in the sky is make this as good a company as I can make it. And I simply have a basic belief, having been burned on it once, and really believing this very strongly, that Americans do not want to make shoes. They don't want to make shoes.
Wrong.
That isn't what their ambition is.
If I could find 500 people in Flint, Michigan who want to make shoes, will you open the factory?
They want to make shoes. I think they don't want those jobs.
We think Nike is only there for one reason: cheap labor. And because of all this criticism, Nike has promised to change its abuses. However, these changes have not come about as quickly as many would have hoped. It seems like Nike can't say goodbye to paying a minimum wage to workers, maintaining its cheap labor force, and therefore is slowly to react to tackle the problem.
How do you think we as a society can stop Nike from using sweatshops?
I think that the only possibility to stop this is that people themselves stop buying the products from Nike. As long as people buy the cheap goods, there will be sweatshops. Nike won't stop doing it, so the problem lies with us, and we are the only ones who can stop this.
The other day, and he told me that my eyes were gleaming. No, I said I'd been away, and he knew the depths I was meaning, and it felt so good to see his face, all the comfort invested in my